Hey man, give me some gold for a flask.
You don't have enough to buy a flask? Goddamn poor bastard.
Hey man, give me some gold for food.
Shouldn't be surprised.
Hey man, give me some gold for repairs.
Really?
Hey man.
What?
I wrote you a thank you note.
Oh, thanks. Let me read it.
Hey man, give me some gold for transmog.
If you don't like to be like Marcelian, you need to know how to make gold, and I'll forward this video to his ass also. In this video we will go over all of the steps to get started in your gold making journey, whether you are a casual or someone who wants to take things more seriously. So without further ado, no! So maybe you just returned to the game after a long break, or maybe you are new to WoW. Gold making is not a set in stone type activity, and you can do all sorts of things to get that cash going. But what do you need to do? Well, you definitely need to subscribe and hit the bell thingy so we can get our gold. Too much? Well, maybe, but still, the video and the channel will perform better if you do. If you like our shit, of course. So we are really grateful for all of the love we get from you, dear viewer. Now to the gold making! Depending on when was the last time you played the game, the auction house might be a brand new thing for you with the new layout and system. To be fair, it's not that complicated, and the new auction house actually made things simpler to buy and sell things. But to cover the basics, that is what the auction house is for. So, you know, it's essentially a collection of items that people post that anyone from the server can buy. This is the main source of gold for you. Sure, there are vendors and actual mobs that drop gold, but that's just pocket change, and Marcelian cannot survive long on just that. So start using the auction house and sell what you have to sell. Well, what do you have to sell? There are multiple ways to make gold, and really you should pick one that matches your skills and your enjoyment of the game. Warning! Whatever you want to sell, make sure to use the trade chat only when approaching the people. Group finders and things like that should not be used, or you end up breaking the terms of use and could get banned. Marcelian Online does not condone breaking the terms of use with Blizzard. You can be the casual. The casual tends to be the average player, someone who has a profession they like and they can gather and craft stuff. They use the ones that they do and sell the rest, usually the excess. If you raid and do dungeons mostly, alchemy is probably the best profession here. You can make your own flasks and potions and other goodies, and you can also sell them. People will always want flasks and potions for raids and Mythic Plus. It might not be the best for ranked PvP, but really not many professions work in PvP, so might as well stick to gathering and crafting armor for your armor type, and do that if you will still mainly want to PvP. Keep in mind that whatever profession will be the best relies strictly on your server and your own time and dedication you will be investing in it. Engineering might make a gazillion gold per second, but it means nothing if you cannot be bothered to level it and stay on top of everything you need for it. One self-sufficient profession that you might want, and it's pretty easy to do, is cooking, and that always works because food. Another way you can approach gold making is by being the booster. If you do PvE and PvP at an above average level, ideally at a high of a level as you can boost people for gold. You can sell weekly Mythic Plus runs for people to get their vault cap, and now with the new changes there's more incentive for people to do more than just one weekly key for better vault rewards. If you PvP and you good, boost people in rated arenas so they can get an MMR and maybe even gladiator mounts, titles, etc. Sure, it's a bit weird for people who try hard to get their rating high, but hey, business is business, and if you have the skill to carry, go carry, my friend. Guilds even do raid boosts for people who are willing to pay outrageous amounts of gold. These ways require you to have a pre-made group to split the gold with, but hey, if you are already pushing, might as well use your skill to make some gold along the way. Or you could just be the employee. The employee is basically the person who just runs old raids, does old content, and collects transmogs and pets and other things other people will be interested in. Transmog selling can be very profitable if you put the time to learn the value of items on your server, but if you just collect shit anyway, might as well know that the greens and blues that are bind and equip can be sold for a lot more gold on the auction house instead of the vendor. This also works with two gathering professions, since all you are doing is basically farming items, farming mats and all that, and selling them all at the end of the day will get you that fat gold. Maybe you like crafting and making other shit other people cannot be bothered. Well, you too can be the working man. Get two crafting professions, my friend, and buy your mats from the auction house and start making stuff. Depending on the market or server, your profit can simply come from the end product, the crafted armor, flask, mount, whatever you want and enjoy. And spending gold on mats so you don't spend time to gather them will make the profit be very time efficient. This does require a starting capital, since it will assume you start your activities by buying things before selling things. You know, economies. Lastly, you can and maybe should be the entrepreneur. The simple way to describe this is that you will be buying items for cheap and selling them for a profit. What this actually entails is a decent knowledge of the value of the items, be it transmog or professions, a knowledge of how your server's market is as well. When thinking of server market knowledge, you think of how much an item sells there as opposed to other servers. Are there a lot of people making gold where you are? Are there a lot of farmers? Do mats sell better than crafted products because everyone is the working man? That kind of stuff. You'll essentially be flipping items. This is a bit more advanced and not really suited for people just starting out, but could very well become the best way to make a lot of gold once you master it. And mastering it simply means doing it so much you know everything about it, since there is no real manual about any of the roles we talked about here. There are best ways to approach any and all of the activities above, and they really depend on how much time you have to invest, what server you are on, and how many people do what you do. If 90% of the people are alchemists, maybe alchemy wouldn't be the best choice. The only way to know these things is to do them until you hit your head on the wall and realize, oh damn, nobody's posting leatherworking stuff. Let me skin some beasts. Whatever job you want to undertake, if you are a bit more serious about gold making and are willing to put in the time to learn new things, then we recommend starting to use Trade Skill Master. Over the years, this add-on has been improved so much that aside from its app helper and desktop app, you don't really need anything else. So start off by going to www.tradeskillmaster.com, links should be on the screen, and make an account. Download the desktop application and actual add-on, or use CurseForge for that actual add-on, or any other third-party software that should also give you access to the TSM app helper, which connects your game with the desktop application. What the app helper and desktop application do is scan your server's auction house database for prices on items and then updates your in-game tooltips, so when you hover over items you can see their value on the auction house. If you get these, the desktop application simply uses your account, which you give a list of servers through, and it scans them in the background without anything you need to do ever, except making sure you are logged into the application. Pretty much this process is automated and is a step-by-step setup, so you simply just follow the instructions on the website and on the app and you are good. Now let's actually start setting up TSM. When you open up TSM for the first time, do that from the minimap icon or by typing /TSM. For whatever activity you want to undergo, you want to group items you'll be selling into groups so you can manage all of them at once instead of doing this for each individual item. Go to the Settings tab and press General Settings. Here you create a profile so you don't mess up the default one, which you want to keep in case you do end up messing anything and you want to fall back on it. After this, go back to the Group tab and press the plus icon. This will let you create a new group, name it what you want, then you will see a section called Ungrouped Items, which means what it says. These items are what you have in your bags. Select the items that coincide with the group you are making and add them to your grouped item list. That's it. That's how you set up your group. Set this up for leathers if you want to sell armor or leathers and stuff like that. Set up for everything that you want as long as you know they're similar type of items. Use as many groups as you think you need. Next, you want to sell items in large quantities for big gold making strategy. You need operations for that. Operations are basically what TSM does to sell and buy things. You give TSM rules to follow, like, don't buy one desolate leather for 1 million gold per piece. And this makes all your auction house activity automated and mostly one click away. Go to the operations tab and you will have the list of every operation available. For now, you are only interested in the auctioning operations. Click it and click the plus sign so you can create a new profile and leave the default there as backup. This operation will be for your newly created group. Name it and go to the posting tab. Here you want to set the posting cap, which tells TSM how many of a specific item to post on the auction house at a time, and this depends on the group you created. If it's a group for buying don't equip items, you don't really want to have more than one at a time on the auction house. If it's for herbs or leathers, you maybe want to have 20 or 50 or 1,000 up at once. Next, you go to the posting price. This is it. This is how you tell TSM how much to post the item for, which influences how much gold you get for it and in turn how much profit you make. This will always differ. You can use the default settings to start off, or you can go deeper into it. What's important is that you adapt to your server. Depending on what items you have grouped, you can either set a formula to calculate the value of the item based on your server's database, also where the desktop application comes in handy in scanning all of that, or put a raw numeric amount of gold you want for the item. You can select the minimum price you want for it, so TSM doesn't sell for less than that, then less than it's worth, because losing gold is shitty. And you can leave the option to not post the items when their value is higher than what people are willing to pay for them. The same thing applies to maximum price as well. If a cloth is worth 20 gold, but some doofus puts one for 1 million gold, you don't want to put yours for 9,999 gold, right? Is that the right number? Did I say enough nines? The default formulas here work pretty well for you, at least to start off, but they might not give you the most amount of profit possible. To min-max, you need to keep using TSM until you realize, okay, this should be sold for more. That's when you should start learning what all these weird acronyms mean. There are gold communities online and on Discord who have formulas they put out for people, or content creators putting their stuff out as well. Or you can create your own once you learn what everything means. When you are done with the operation, go back to the group section, select the operations tab, press override parent operation to give you the option to change from the default one to the one you just created. Once you are done with that, it's time for you to post. As an example, I made a group strictly for selling leathers I skin and left the auctioning operations with the default formulas. With that, you go to the auction house so you can start selling the stuff. Make sure that before you start, on the left, you select just the group or groups you want to start scanning for and posting for. Click them or it and click the Run Post Scan. It will tell you which can be sold for profit and which the add-on keeps in your bags until their value rises. Click post until all you have is up and wait for the gold to come in. That's it! Call me when you have 1 million gold and we'll throw a party! Making gold is a learning process and TSM has one of the steepest learning curves, but you can end up doing everything with it, from crafting to buying mats only for stuff that you can sell and so on. It requires you to be smart when you set it up, or take the settings from someone smarter, like we do, and walk on your gold making journey. We had a lot of help making this video from our buddy Derp. He's a member of our community, a streamer, and an avid gold maker. I remember when he was a little 5k gold per day earner. Good times, how they grow so fast. He now makes 350k gold per day, which is more than my total gold amount currently, and more than Marcelian ever thought any person could ever have. Thank you, Derp, and you can check him on his stream, and the link is on the screen. He does a lot of gold making, and you can learn a lot from him. Advanced stuff that I don't know, or Marcelian knows, or anybody knows. How the fuck is he making that much gold? Thank you to our patrons for supporting our videos, our channel, and our stream, and everything that we do. You guys are a solid pillar of our community, and we couldn't be doing this without you. And thank you, of course, to anybody who's supporting our stream, which you can check at twitch.tv/Marcelian Online. We stream pretty much everything we put into our videos, so if you want to see us do dungeons, Torghast, and even farm some letters and maybe make some gold, catch us there. Maybe come and say hi, ask a question, maybe we can help you with an answer. Thank you very much. And also, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classical retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.